Hello, everyone. This is going to be the energy update for July 2025 for the collective. So, I've pulled some cards, asked for some themes for this month ahead. And the short version I got was there'd be a lot of perspective shifts happening. So essentially, the breakdown would be learning to identify emotional triggers this month, embracing your imperfections, and releasing your fear. Now, I'm saying all this very casually, but that's some pretty big stuff. That's like everything, right? So, what that sounds like is like completely unleashing yourself this month, going from a place of a lot of self restraint, self restriction, limited beliefs about yourself, and coming out of July being empowered, being, I want to say the word completely unleashed. I feel like that is like such a good, delicious word for the July energy. So I did get some guidance and some suggestions for you. Just to break down the energy a little bit more. So let's start with embracing joy, success, and happiness by being brave and honest. So, a lot of guidance that's coming through for you all is just practicing some self soothing techniques. So, getting very clear on what habits you actually have that are truly and sincerely comforting and self soothing for you and are accomplishing that nurturing, loving effect on you and is not leaving you with unhealthy consequences when you reach for that type of self soothing. So, you may want to look into things like tapping or affirmations or nourishing statements that you can say to yourself, and just sort of exploring what actually does regulate you when you're in a state of dysregulation. Next, we also have honoring your sensitivities. So, when you know you do not have the energy or the mental capacity or emotional capacity to handle a certain situation or person or environment, honoring that, and instead of pushing through, being brave and honest enough to decline going to that event or being with that person or being in that environment. And it's through honoring these sensitivities and practicing these self soothing techniques and upholding these boundaries, which will take some courage and will take honesty, that it will be easier for you to essentially enjoy this summer season, enjoy the July, and do it with success and happiness because you are only expending the energy that you have. And this allows you to show up fully in your day to day as you would like to. So you can already see this is how this is sort of circling back to one of those key themes for this month of identifying your emotional triggers and knowing how to self soothe and honor those triggers so that they are not coming up for you and making you feel out of control. Another theme coming through is being not afraid to drop your shield. So, understanding that if you're honoring what you have time and energy for, what you have the capacity for. You don't need to be constantly going into situations with really big shields up around people. This does not mean you're getting rid of your boundaries. This just means that when you're in interactions with people, you're not holding back from being yourself. You are courageously showing who you are and showing up authentically. There you go. Sorry, I struggled to say that word, authentically. So it's kind of like remembering that who you are is a gift to the people around you. And as long as you are honoring yourself and you're upholding your boundaries, then there's no worries about not having a guarded heart because you're safe. You're safe. So it's kind of a hard one for a lot of people, but I see this coming through pretty strongly for July and people being able to embrace this openness about themselves and showing up more sincerely and vulnerably is who they are in social situations. And this is one of the themes that ties back to the embracing your imperfections, that people actually probably love you for these neat, fun, little quirky aspects of yourself. And if people were perfect, they would probably be quite boring. So embracing the oddities of yourself is actually the beauty and the gift that people receive from you just being who you are, which then kind of moves back into that other third original theme of releasing fear, to stop inventing stories about yourself and what could happen, and just affirm who you are and your strengths in the moment, because people are really excited to receive you authentically. And it is such a shame that when we miss out on who someone truly is because they didn't feel safe to be fully themselves. So, just some other cards that came through, just really reaffirming these themes, was that summer is a time to bask in joy and to find your community and be with the people who are part of your community. So, people who just really um, resonate with you and align with you and have similar passions and joys as you do and same priorities, to be like strong in who you are. And even though there might be some fear that perhaps people won't understand you, standing strong anyways and courageously showing up as you are. There also is some messaging around just remembering to connect with your emotions and touch base with yourself and just see what's going on, why these emotions are coming up, and really see these emotions as teachers. And then using this opportunity to practice self compassion towards yourself, and to spend some time alone just so that you can connect in with these emotions of yours. And once again, really getting to know what your emotional triggers are and how to self soothe so that they don't become overwhelming or something that that holds you back from experiencing the world or experiencing the summer you want to experience, because you get trapped in some circling thoughts around fear. And then lastly, there was just an interesting little thing that came through around physical health, and just that people who may have struggled with long term illnesses or challenges around their health. So, whether this was just like diet related, whether it's like food intolerances or weight related, it just got a general message that people are going to come to peace with it this month. Like you might be transitioning if you've identified with someone who's been battling against their body or battling with their health. I just got the energy that there would be a sense of peace around this, and that an acceptance energy, like just accepting that it is what it is, but it is no longer going to be such a strong um, fight or identity that you have to fight. So it felt like a time of peace coming in for those who have really struggled with battling their bodies. And lastly, there is a huge message around going outdoors to help energize yourself while the weather is allowing of it, to just bask in that sunlight, maybe even experience a little bit of rain drizzling, that it just really helps ground the body, connect you with nature, connect you with the environment around you. So, not forgetting to just save time for small moments like that of just being in the outdoors. All right, this is all I have for you. Sorry, this energy theme message was a little bit longer. I just hope you all have a wonderful July. And if you have any questions or anything like that, I will be doing a pick a card for the collective that's a little more detailed around the energy themes of July. Feel free to check that out. I should have it posted fairly soon after I've posted this. So I'll attach it in the description box below once it's available if you want to check that out.